What's up, everybody? This is Colin from Holistic Heritage Homestead. I hope you're all well. Today, we're going to talk about inflation. Inflation is something that most of us are dealing with. And if you're not dealing with it, that's great. But don't be that person who says, what inflation? I got money, things are good, everything business is good. Where I live, it's not a problem. Shelves are stocked. As I always say, that shows that you have no compassion and that you are a bit disconnected from what most working class people are dealing with. Now, most people, no matter where you are on the financial, ladder, still have to pay for fuel, and that's hurting everybody. Still have to buy food, that's hurting everybody. Still buy vehicles and or used vehicles in particular, that's hurting everybody. Most people, right? Housing, need a place to live. That hurts most people. So inflation is something that's very real. We're all dealing with it. The numbers don't lie. The numbers that they're telling us are almost comically low. But let me throw out my disclaimers right now, everybody. I'm not an economist. I'm not a financial advisor. I know nothing. I can't read. I can't think. Okay, but seriously, I'm not a financial advisor. But maybe the things I'm saying are completely true. I don't know. You tell me. Ask the experts. Ask the people with the degrees. Ask the people who know more than all of us. But me, in this humble channel, I'm going to share my opinions with you. Okay? Number one, and I'm going to try to go through this quickly because it's a lot to cover. Each one could be its own video, but this is important, folks. Number one, pay off your debt. Now, you say, well, Colin, that's obvious. I want to pay off my debt. There's no leftover money. There's no discretionary income. I understand that. But you should make debt a priority because debt will consume you. Check out my previous videos, okay? Debt will consume you because when the income stops or when inflation gets worse, okay? And again, the numbers are not really real, what's being said, in my opinion. Okay? The bills don't stop. The credit card bills don't stop. The mortgage doesn't stop. The car payment doesn't stop. Crush your debt before your debt consumes you. Now, the best way to do this, in my opinion, is to approach it in a very formulaic manner and compare percentages. Okay? What I recommend you do before you invest is you find out your percentages. If your return on investment is 15%, great, awesome job, right? But your credit cards are charging you 20%. It would be wise to pay off the credit card debt before you invest. Okay? And that's in a very simple way to explain that. Now, 15% if you're to invest in, that's great. Some people, I do so much more. Okay, awesome, right? But I don't really want to play that game of I could have made more money. I usually make more money. The debt's always going to be there, and the debt is something you're going to have to face no matter what. You don't want that debt. The income, the savings, the investments, if something bad happens, that's there, cool, great. That will feed you. But the debt will consume you. Pay off your debts. Pay off your highest interest stuff first, okay? Pay off your credit cards, right? Definitely want to do that. If you need to refinance, so to change your cash flow, get those car payments taken care of, right? Pay off your debts. Number two, become more self-sufficient and self-reliant. Now, there are many ways you could do this. If you're not handy, if you're not really good with construction, learn to do your own repairs, to do your own building. That will save you a tremendous amount of money. You're not very good with automotive repairs or mechanics. Learn an oil change or brake change. That will save you a tremendous amount of money. And folks, I need to learn. I'm not very good at that stuff. I'll keep it real with you. But you know what? I am trying to learn because I know that could save me a lot of money. Landscaping. If you could do, the basic landscaping, learn how to do it yourself. It's just a labor thing, It's not something that you can't learn if you try, okay? So become more self-sufficient, become more self-reliant. And the most important thing for that to me is growing and producing your own food. If you don't have a garden at this point, you're not paying attention to this channel. Grow your own food. Grow your own food. Do it now. Livestock. Produce your own food. If you're allowed to, if your HOA allows you to, if the city ordinances and your local laws allow you to do what your ancestors have done forever, get some livestock. Chickens, quail, rabbit, whatever. Whatever you can do. You got more space, consider cows, goats, sheep, whatever, ducks. And that is one of the most important things, because food is one of the things that's hit the hardest by inflation, but also in general. Food, folks. Food. Grow your own food, okay? And there's a lot of other ways, but you could use your brains, because if you're watching this channel, you're probably very, very intelligent people, okay? You could use your brains and figure out ways to become more self-sufficient and self-reliant, okay? Number 3, cut your expenses. Now, this is where it's not fun, it's not cool, it's not romantic, it's what your grandparents would tell you. Cut your expenses. Do you have subscriptions that you do not need? Magazines. Do you need cable? We don't have cable in this house. We don't have a TV in this house. You don't have a TV? You don't pay this crazy money per month, and you're not putting horrible, toxic, bad things in your intellectual diet? No, we don't have a TV. We don't pay cable. We save a lot of money. It's better for our brains, okay? Consider subscriptions. Cut those subscriptions. If you don't use them, lose them, all right? Revisit your insurances. That could be your car insurance, your home insurance, whatever, medical insurance, and just trim the fat, okay? Be realistic about what you need. Insurance is the only game you win when you lose. So insurance. I have insurance, okay? A separate video, all right? Don't get more than you need. Don't be overly waiting for something bad to happen. Save that money, keep it in your pocket, and do other things with that are better, okay? Be insured, be smart, but crunch the numbers. Crunch the numbers. It doesn't always work in your best interest to have the best policies or the most, the most coverage. It's not always needed. And this is just going to hurt a lot of feelings, but limit your vacations. Or instead of going to faraway exotic lands, perhaps you can go to your own state or the state next door or see other stuff. I have a strong opinion that it's not where you go, it's who you're with and what you're doing. So if you feel the need to constantly vacation, or vacation's the only way you're happy, I would equitably argue that you're trying to escape your own reality. We don't even go on vacations, to be honest with you. We will, okay? It's been a long time, overdue. But if we do, it's going to be local and fun, and to explore this awesome country that we already have in our awesome state, maybe the next state. Or we're going to have a staycation, stay home and enjoy this home and our property that we work so hard for, okay? Food for thought. Limit those lugs. Cut out the Starbucks. Cut out the Starbucks. Starbucks, not the best company to support. Different video. I've touched base on that. Okay, maybe that's one of my Patreon videos I'll do soon. But cut out that stuff, okay? The binge eating, the binge drinking, the impulsive, compulsive spending, the whatever. Cut that stuff out, folks. Cut your expenses. Number 4, sell things that you don't need, which is great because then you can turn it into things you actually do need. Old clothes you don't wear. You have shoes and shoes and shoes and shoes and shoes. Sell them and get some functional shoes, hiking shoes, footwear, workwear, boots, whatever. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. There's apps. There's things where they'll send you bags. You can throw your clothes or shoes in there and send it off, and they'll give you money for it. But sell the stuff. Garage sales, word of mouth. Sell the stuff you don't need, folks. Trim that fat. Get rid of it. Turn it into cash, okay? Number 5, time your purchases. Now or later. I'm a big fan of deferring expenses because, number 1, You tend to control your, curb your enthusiasm. You want to buy something? I need this. I want this. Do you really? Sleep on it the next day. If you want it just as bad, maybe. If you wait a few days later, a week later, you want it just as bad, maybe. Okay? A lot of stuff, if you just kick that can down the road and don't buy it now, you probably won't end up buying it or needing it. You probably won't, because you probably don't. That's the whole point. That's the whole point, is you probably don't need most stuff, okay? Or get into a better situation, take that 4-week break of deferring that expense, and for that 4 weeks, crush your debt. Take that money, crush your debt. Now you got less debt, you're better positioned to buy that with comfort of mind. You're not overextending yourselves, okay? Now, here's where it gets a little tricky, and this is a little bit different as the times we're facing. Inflation is real. Some things you might have to buy now. You're going to say, whoa, that's antagonistic or contrarian to what you just said, Colin. Well, it's called being smart. The emotional, impulsive, compulsive stuff, wait. The things you know that you need on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis, if you know they're going up in price, like fertilizer, grain for your animal, your livestock, buy it now. Food, buy it now. Because prices are not coming down in the foreseeable future, and I have my own opinions about that. Opinions, folks. Full of opinions, okay? Some stuff you might have to buy now. Used cars have gone up, I think, in some estimates, 30+%. And my shopping, maybe more, a lot of ways, used cars, trucks, vehicles, whatever, okay? Wow. If you didn't buy it last year or the year before, a lot of people can't buy it now. Can't afford it now. It's just out of control. Do your research. Is that going to continue? If so, you might be better off just buying that now. If you think there's going to be a drop, then hang tight, folks. But time those expenses, okay? Number 6, okay? I'd like to say earn a raise. And now I don't want to say ask for a raise, because that's a little bit different. Asking for a raise is more reactive, okay? Earn a raise. Make yourselves valuable, necessary, so that your companies or employers will need you, and you are so important that that raise is almost a definite, okay? Don't just do the same thing and be the same person, perform the same way and ask for a raise. In my opinion, as a person who manages businesses and has owned businesses, earn that raise, show me you've earned that raise, and I'd be happy to give you more money, okay? Earn a raise. Now, that means you might have to work harder. Ooh, ouch, why say these things, Colin? You have to work harder, okay? It means you have to work more. It means you have to take on more responsibilities, or step out of your comfort zone, okay? There's different ways you can earn a raise, but earn that raise and then ask for that raise. Because I've learned through experience that if you position yourself and you say, here's the value I've created, I'm asking for this value, that's a much better discussion than, I want more money. I need more money. My bills went up. That employers and business owners don't care about that, and they shouldn't, because your expenses, your own choices, right? I'm not going to pay for someone's expenses because they want. That's an interesting world, okay? Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. But earn a raise. Number 7, earn more money. Again, unpopular advice here, Colin. What do you mean earn more money? I work so hard. Well, do what most people who have ever gotten ahead or not fallen behind have done in their lives. Get another job. Start that business that you've been wanting to start that you think will make you money. Go for it. Do it. Go for it, folks. Put in more hours. Okay? Side hustles. Okay? So many things you can do on the side. One thing I've always done is I've never just had a job. I've had my job and or business and or hustles. Always have a hustle. A hustle could be something that makes you $10 a month. It could be something that makes you a lot of money. It could be selling candy bars. I don't care, okay? Get a side hustle, okay? Everyone should have a side hustle. Besides, it's fun, right? Earn more. Earn more money. Increase that positive, okay? Number 8, move out of the cities. Move out of the high population centers. Almost for sure, almost definitively, if you move out of those places, life is just more affordable, okay? Because one of the number one expenses that we all have to deal with is housing. And almost definitively, if you move out of the big cities or high population centers, if you move to rural areas, small towns, housing is dramatically cheaper and it will change your lives. We moved here from New York, and let me tell you, watching people live on single family incomes here, as if it's the 1950s, and like have nice, like working class people, very, very working class people, okay? They work at the gas station. They have a home, they have a boat, jet ski, motorcycle, 5 acres, 10 acres, whatever. You know, folks, you could do stuff like that out here, okay? Move out of the cities. And plus, the externalities of that is when you move into places like this or more rural places, is that you tend to have more freedom, and that gives you the opportunity to make and save more money, like having your own livestock, growing your own food, and stuff like that. Move out of the cities. Number 9, improve your energy efficiency. Heating, air conditioning, turn it on when you need it. Don't have it on when you don't. Okay, a few degrees here or there matter. It's cool at night and it's in the summer, open the windows, turn off the AC, let that happen. Okay, use that daytime hot time differential to your advantage. If you have warm sunny days and it's cold out, let that heat come in and then stop it later. Okay, think about that stuff, folks. Gasoline. Personally, another video, I'm not the biggest fan of most of the electric vehicles and stuff because, first of all, they're actually less green in many ways than the gasoline counterparts. And do your research. It's actually a scam. That's an opinion. Total scam. An opinion. And a lot of people that are more mechanically inclined than myself have argued, and these are people with decades of automotive experience, have argued that these things are expensive. The solenoids go bad. You have to replace them, thousands of dollars. The technology is not really proven. There's a lot of things, and there's going to be people that are totally against this in the comments, but whatever. Have your opinion, buddy, okay? This is what the experts that I've talked to and researched and watched have told me. And I'm not the biggest fan of new technologies unless you have decades of proof behind it. Not to mention, if you're doing something that is going to cost you a lot of money and is very, very difficult to work on, those are other reasons that those green vehicles or electric vehicles are very difficult. Not everyone can work on them. There's so many different systems that are synergistic in those vehicles. It's just difficult, okay? It's another reason. But however, I'm not saying if you get a Toyota Prius and save some money and, you know, whatever, you get some hybrid vehicles, great. That's absolutely something. If that works for you and the research works for you and that's your opinion and that works for you, do it. If it saves you money, do it. Drive more conservatively. Brake less aggressively, okay? Think about your gasoline. Consider electric bicycles. Consider motorcycles if it's safe, okay? Consider these things, all right? Alternative transportation, whatever. Consider solar panels. Consider other forms of energy that could complement or supplement what you already have going on, okay? And number 10, prepare for shortages. Preparedness, prepping. Big part of this channel, which is a lifestyle channel, is we are advocates for preparedness, okay? Why do you, I don't want to say the word stockpile, that's a bad word. Why do you have a surplus of stuff? Why do you have emergency rations, emergency supplies? I'll tell you why. Because things happen. Life happens, whether it's a small emergency or a really bad one, like SHTF scenario, okay? Things are either going to be prohibitively expensive and you can't afford them, so you have extra, or, as we've all seen, shortages and supplies. You can't get them. So have extra stuff, especially food, water, energy. items and things you use on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Now, folks, I know all of you know all of this, but the best thing about videos that focus on the basics like this is that they're reminders to all of us, and they tend to make us more conscious and deliberate about our decisions. And maybe it makes you think about other things and consider other stuff. Folks, pay off your debt. Become more self-sufficient, self-reliant. Cut your expenses. Sell that stuff you don't need. Turn it into stuff you do need. Time your purchases. Earn a raise. Earn more money. Move out of the big cities. Improve your energy efficiency. And prepare for shortages. Okay? And there's so much more that could be said, but folks, consider this. Take some notes. Write this down. And do the things. Do the things. Learn the skills. Stockpile the stuff. Save the stuff. The extras. And do it. Okay? Get it done. Get a budget going. Get focused on your numbers. Okay? Do your research on your vehicles, electric, hybrid, or not. Okay? It's time to put in the work. Time to get it done. And we support you here, okay? Nothing but love. I hope you are all well. Sincerely, we really appreciate all the support, the likes, the subscriptions, the comments. If you folks would be so kind to share this on social media, that would be so awesome. Maybe this is just a great reminder for friends or family out there that might need some reminders, okay? And you take care. Stay tuned. Be well.